Hi, I am Ellie of Faye and Ellie's Book Nook. I am back and today I'm doing a tag I'm very excited about, and if you can't guess from this t-shirt, I'm going to be doing the Taylor Swift tag. I'm a huge Swiftie. I love Taylor Swift. I'm trying to indoctrinate everyone I meet with the Swiftie goodness, and I am really excited about Reputation coming out in this November, so I'm doing the Taylor Swift tag to hype myself up and get ready for it. So here we go! This tag involved me digging up a lot of old books, which was a lot of fun, and I got to go through some of my old books and have a bit of like a memory lane walk about the sort of books I've enjoyed over the last couple of years. I don't actually have all of the books that I'm about to mention today, but I imagine that most of them will be pretty familiar to everyone. So here we go! The first one is We Are Never Ever 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 Getting Back Together, which is a book series that you were pretty sure you were in love with but wanted to break up with. So I don't have the book with me, so I've got the next best thing. I've got Clockwork Angel, but the book series that I mean is the Mortal Instruments series. I gave away my Mortal Instruments series. So what I didn't like about the Mortal Instruments series is at first I really loved it. I thought it was very unique and I thought it was very engaging and I liked the characters. But when we got to book 3, I thought, well, that's it. That's the end of the plot. There can't possibly be another, more books in this series. But she just kept going. It became tired. It became repetitive. It became really unhealthy, in my opinion. Some of the relationships I just don't like anymore. I hate everything to do with Sebastian and Jonathan. And then on top of that, there's all the allegations of like plagiarism and Cassandra Clare's behaviour. I just got to the point where I hated the series, and I just wanted it to end. But I didn't let it beat me because of my thing I can't not finish series, and I finished Heavenly Fire a couple of years ago, and then I just gave all of the books straight away because I knew I was never going to want to reread them. This being said, I actually really do enjoy Shadowhunters on Netflix. I've just been slowly making my way through them, just mostly because of the way that they've like changed most of the plot. The second one is Red. Pick a book with a red cover, and that's Ruby Red by Kristen Gear, and the whole series is just wonderful. For anyone who hasn't read this, it's about a character who discovers that she carries a gene which allows her to travel through time. It's a mystery, it's time travel, it's a romance, it's young adult, it's everything you could possibly want. There's like balls in Vienna in the 18th century. There's, it's so good. It's really good. I mean, everyone should read it. The best day. Pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic. Now, I was going to go with Harry Potter, but I feel like that a lot of people would pick that, so I actually went with something different, and that is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. This book made me feel super nostalgic and make me really sort of connect back with my early university days. Even though I read this when I was like only in my second year of university, it made me feel super nostalgic for being a fresher at university. And anyone who's ever been to university should absolutely read this book. Anyone who's like a fangirl or a nerd girl absolutely should read this book. It's just so wonderful. Moving on, we have Love Story. That is Pick a Book with a Forbidden Love. And I have picked The Siren by Kira Cass. This is the book that Kira wrote before the selection, and this was before she even had like a publisher. So this was self-published. I haven't yet. This is an original copy, not the reprint. I have been following Kira for ages before she was even a published author. I actually once asked Kira whether I could sell my firstborn child to her in exchange for the advanced copy of The Elite, and she didn't take me up on my offer, but she did thank me for the offer. So, I tried. It's about a character called Kaylin, who is a siren. She is indebted to 100 years to the sea to become a siren to sink ships, and then she gets her freedom after she drowns. She falls in love with a human. It's all very Little Mermaid, but all very, very interesting, and I think she still has it. I think in Kira Cass, she put online like alternative scenes, alternative endings from this book, and they're all just lovely to read. So they've reprinted this version in a style that's more befitting of the selection, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. I Knew You Were Trouble, where you pick a book which has a bad boy character who you can help but fall in love with. Most characters who I think are considered bad, I don't particularly see as bad. I see complexity more than evil. And then when characters are evil, I just don't like them, So I have real problems with this part of the tag. So that being said, I have picked the Red Queen, and you guys are all thinking that I'm going to pick Maven. No, I hate Maven because Maven kills people. I'm picking Cal. I love Cal, and I think some people would see him as a bad boy, so I'm going with that. I like Cal. Cal's pretty much the only reason I'm in this series anymore. Just fucking love Cal. I've said Cal a lot in the last couple of seconds. Anyway, so yeah, Cal. We're moving on to Innocent, which is a book that the ending was spoiled for. Right. I don't have the book with me because I only just remembered this really traumatizing story that I tell everyone about. I don't know why I forgot this. The book I'm picking is The Prisoner of Azkaban. I read that book when I was away at Brownie Camp, and I was sat on my top bunk and I was reading the book, and I got to the bit where, like, spoiler alert, Buckbeak dies, and I was just sobbing. Like, literally just crying. And one of the counsellors, she's only like 16, 17, she runs over, she sees an 8-year-old crying, and she's like, oh my god, what's wrong, what's wrong? You know, she thought someone was dying or something like that. And I'm like, oh my god, Buckbeak's dead, everything's ruined, I love Buckbeak. And she's like, oh no, don't worry. They're gonna save him, they're gonna bring him back, they're gonna go back in time, and they'll save him and Sirius. And I'm like, what? And I threw the book at her face, and one of the other camp counsellors came over, because obviously one of the people in their charge is just throwing a book at another counsellor, and she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, she just ruined the ending for me. And they were like, oh yeah, you definitely deserve that. So I didn't get reported to like the head of the like camp, so that was good. But I was devastated. Yeah, it was really traumatic for me. I probably repressed it for a couple of minutes. But anyway, that's the one I'm picking. That's the story of how The Prisoner of Azkaban was spoiled for me. Now we're moving on to Everything Has Changed. I've got to pick a book where a character goes through extensive character development. I don't have the book with me, but I'm picking Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. I have never admired anything more than I've admired the growth and development of Jaime Lannister. Like, considering the bar that we started with, which is attempted child murderer, he has just become one of the best characters, not only in the show, but in the series, and I just really admire the way that they've managed to do that, but without excusing all of the bad things that Jaime has done. I'm mostly talking about the series here, because I've only read some of the books, but the way that they've not excused Jaime for what he's done, but also given him a chance to redeem himself, is just exquisite. Good on you. You Belong With Me, a most anticipated release as, obviously, Obsidio, the Illuminae Files 3. I want nothing more in this world than that book, except maybe the next Star Wars movie. Honestly. Forever and always pick my favourite book couple, and I know Faye's watching this and she's thinking, I know exactly what she's going to pick. And Faye, you are indeed right. I'm picking America and Maxim from the selection. I love this series because of my unending loyalty to Kira Cass, but I also love Maxim and America and the relationship they have. It's not a perfect relationship, but it's a beautiful relationship nonetheless. I don't like relationships where nothing is wrong or everything is wrong all the time. You got to find a common ground, and that's where this is found, in this little sweet spot which we call America and Maxim. Come Back Be Here, a book that I would never lend out because I'd miss it too much, and it's obviously this battered old copy of the Philosopher's Stone. This is my original copy. In fact, it is indeed signed by me and my little brother and I got it in Christmas 2001, so I've had it for nearly 16 years now, and it definitely shows. In fact, before I went on holiday, I was looking for a book to give to my other half, because he wanted to read it, and I gave him this copy, and he was like, did you run over it? And I was like, no, I've just loved it and looked after it over the last couple of years. So I would never lend this one out. I would probably lend my 20th anniversary edition out, but I would never lend this out. This is basically an artifact at this point. This belongs in a museum. The next in the tag is Teardrops On My Guitar, which is a book that made you cry a lot. I'm picking The Fault in Our Stars. This is actually one of two copies that I have. This is my original copy, and this is the one sodden in my tears. Whereas this copy is very special because it's signed. And it's beautiful hardback cover. It's just gorgeous. This is what I call my formal copy. This is the copy that I would show if the Queen ever came round, for example. I don't know why she'd come over and demand my book to see my book collection, but who knows. Yeah, this book made me cry a whole lot. Yeah, many nights crying over this book. Yeah. And the last one is Shake It Off, a book that you love so much that you shake off the haters. And I'm probably gonna get a lot of angry comments about this one, but I'm picking Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I'll give you a couple of minutes to click off the video. I actually have seen Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I saw it the September after it premiered. So it premiered in late July. In fact, I believe it premiered on the 31st of July, and I saw it a month later. the 1st of September. Oh, I've never loved anything that I've seen on stage more than Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. If you ever get the chance to go see it, then absolutely take the chance to go see it. I'm actually going to get to go see it again next year because I bought tickets for my friend's birthday. But I understand that people don't like the Cursed Child because it's a script and it's very non-descriptive. I understand why people don't like the script because it's a script, it's not a book. I think if it had been written a book, people would have enjoyed it a lot more. People like to poke fun at this book. Until you see it on stage, you can't understand how magical it is, the effects, the acting, even the script itself, the way that they lay out the stage, the music, it's all just so wonderful. Oh yeah, just go see it. Take this with a pinch of salt, because even I read this afterwards and was like, yeah, I can understand why people don't like this. But on top of that, there's so many beautiful pieces of, literature in this book. There's so many beautiful passages. I read this quite a lot just because it reminds me so much of a beautiful birthday present I had. My brother got me the tickets for my birthday. I got to see it on September 1st. I can't tell you how magical that is, seeing Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on September 1st. I envy everyone who got to go this year. And yeah. And I know that the tickets are going on sale in New York soon, so good luck to anyone who is trying out for that. I really hope you get it. So that is the end of the Taylor Swift book tag. I hope they do an updated version when Reputation comes out, because I am loving this music from Reputation so far. So that is it for today. I will be back next week with a new video. I am Ellie of Faye and Ellie's Book Nook.